Hello. We are making a video. Paul is exercising the baby dog. And I will show. Here's the baby dog running. He is running. Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay. And that is very nice. And I have flowers for my friend Sandy here. These flowers are internet love for you. I can't give them to you in person because we are worlds apart, but I give them to you through the internet electronically. Oh, and they smell so heavenly. Oh my goodness. I don't know what the name of this is. This is a tree that grew here all by itself. This tree from scratch. I hear something that sounds like pigs. I don't know what that is about. Gosh. That scares me. Oh man, I hope there's no pigs being slaughtered or these things should not be happening here. Oh. Well, this is a residential area. High-end residential, they don't do something like this. So Paul forbid me to upload my former video. The video I made yesterday with my alien spaceship 1 and with the new additions that I have to make another video. He doesn't allow me to upload that because I talked about the selling the house process and he doesn't want this on YouTube. I don't know why. I think it's awful to forbid someone to upload a video. This is censorship, this is absolutely wrong. But, I decided to keep it in the computer. But I can't upload it. But whatever, So I'll make another clay figure video next time we come back, and I guess they're going to be starting the construction next week. So I had a whole bunch of intense emotions today, all kinds of emotions, incredible, infinite grief for the suffering animals in the world, particularly the farm animals and all animals who are in captivity, who are held in a torturous situation. Painful. And sadness again over Philip, how he treated me. Paranoia, incredible paranoia that I have, where I have to do OCD rituals. Then I cried about having to do paranoia OCD rituals. And then I cried about being a prisoner of my own pain. It's horrible. It's horrible to be a prisoner of pain, of emotional pain. It really is. And then I said, Blue God, I don't want to suffer anymore. I don't, then suicidal thoughts come up. Like, I just want to end suffering. I just want to end it. I don't want to continue suffering. I'm comforting myself with the flower, comforting you too. I know you suffer too, just as much as I do, for the animals, and in loneliness, and as a prisoner of emotional pain, just like me. You know, you're welcome here. You can come to us. Paul trusts you. You know, that is like, he doesn't trust people very easily. And I don't either. But you're the only one on the internet who I trust. I don't trust anyone else. Maybe, yeah, there are some other people, but they're not talking to me much, so they have their own life going on and their own stuff. I trust Andy and his girlfriend. I trust them. I don't know these other people. I don't know the other people very well. You know, I don't know. I can't say. But I love all of them, and I love, you know, if I was in India, I would meet Vin. I would meet with him. I would take my chances that maybe he gets mad at me and hits me. Don't take that personally, because I have paranoia and I have been beaten and I'm scared. But if I was in India, I would meet you. Yes, I would. But I'm not going to India, and I'm not going to travel anywhere. I'm staying here. I can only focus on meeting someone from the United States. Okay, those are the only people I can meet in person. If I ever met someone who's friendly and nice, I don't trust I don't trust them. I don't trust anyone. I don't trust the people I've been talking to. Don't take it personally. It's just that I have paranoia. I don't want to be beaten anymore. Yeah, it's painful. And then I'm locked in with my own mental illness, with my OCD, OCD problems. My baby dog is helping us feel more cozy and yes, come to me, my love. You are my God lover. All kinds of feelings went through me. Feeling sorry for myself again. Come to me, my beauty. Yes, here I have a flower for you. Oh, this is a good flower. Ah, yes. That smells so good, that flower. So good. That's a beautiful flower. Dogs, they like good smells too. Not only bad smells. This flower smells. It smells like honey. It really does. It smells like honey. So sweet and warm. Like a dessert. That's how it smells. I don't know what flower this is. What tree this is. Maybe lilac? I don't know. Flieder, they call it, I think, in German. I don't know. Maybe honey tree. I don't know. Blue gourd tree. Blue flowers. Incredible. Oh, that's amazing. And then I mixed myself up 2 new combinations of perfume oil. Been mixing perfume oils. Feels good. And they're both amazing. One has a citrus tone in it. Tone. And it has a citrus, like a lemon cake. That's how it smells. And the other one smells almost like the natural violet absolute. I have violet absolute in the bathroom in one of those roller bottles. That is a mix of 10% violet absolute with 90% carrier oil. I don't know what they used for that, from Eden Botanicals, and they only have natural. So that is 100% natural violet oil, violet absolute oil. We have some violets here growing on this lawn. Some of them are yellow and some of them are purple. A little bit more purple, I think, than this. And there's a flower called pansy. Pansy is called Stiefmütterchen in German. Stiefmütterchen translates to that, what is the word? Mother-in-law? No. Stiefmütterchen translates to foster mother, something like this. Adoptive mother. You know, in the German fairy tales, the Stiefmutter is often mean. No, those flowers they're lovely, and they cultivated them from wild violets. That's what I read on the internet. They made them bigger, so they're like large violets. That's what they are, in different colors actually. They're very popular in Germany, and they come out around Easter time. Like this is about the time they come out. And they smell heavenly. Very, very like honey. Very sweet. This one too. This one smells almost a little bit like violet. But the violet has another extra, like a sweet, it's hard to describe. Something deep. A deep tone. A deep smell tone. Very, very amazing. Baby dog is chasing insects. It's nice to get grounded here. Really, really nice. So it feels nice to take you into my garden with me. And I imagine you are sitting next to me or in front of me, like this here. And we can pet each other's faces with a flower like that. Very gently, like this. It's real good. Without any agendas, without men, without men trying to pleasure themselves and force us into something, quickly. They have no patience. So that's good to be there with a woman and just pet each other without any kind of intentions or agendas or sexual stuff going on. Just total love, non-sexual, totally understanding each other, how we feel. No tension of any sort. Okay. Just being there, I can be myself, I mean, I would still not burp and fart and all of that. But that's because I'm being polite. With a boyfriend, I don't care if I fart and burp. The only reason why I try not to is because I feel judged by men, all the time. They judge us. Yeah, this feels good. I keep thinking also about that movie, Another Earth. Keep thinking about that, by Brit Marling and her co-producer. I forgot the name now. Her former boyfriend. I don't know if they're still together or not. So, but they make a lovely couple. Really, really nice. Guy with long hair, and they're from the United States. And they made a couple movies together, and they're really good. And I think this is fantastic, to make a movie with someone else and not be like, I want to take all the credits for it. No, share with someone else. And it doesn't matter who brought more ideas or who is more creative in the process. What matters is you put your heads together, you make a nice movie. That's good. It's wonderful. I would have to have another person there who's experienced and camera people who are experienced and all of this in order to make a movie. I could never do this on my own. I have ideas. That's basically the only thing I can, I know I can get into very deep feelings in a movie. I know I can. If you give me some time, I can get into it. All I have to do is think about feeling sorry for myself. And after like a couple of minutes, I start crying. So that's all I have to do. I did it earlier today. I did it in front of the mirror also. Watch myself cry, tears running down. Jealousy, coming up, feeling dumped, feeling rejected, feeling unwanted. All of this coming up. It's so painful. Watching others being wanted, watching others having love, having that match husband, and they can make love at night, and they have each other. And I sit here and this feeling is mean. It's like cold, you know. Like I asked, I don't know who I asked. My computer. Why don't I have that? Why can't I have that? And what would the computer answer to this? I don't know. The computer has no answer to. The blue god says, Nicola, why do you always get back into this feeling? Why do you get back into this feeling? Okay. You don't have to. You can find someone to love you. Of course you can. You can find someone to find you lovely. Of course you can. You know it. But when I get into that feeling of paranoia and being dumped and being unloved, feeling unlovable, then I'm back in that old pain that my mother gave me when I grew up. My mother made me feel unlovable. This is real traumatic and horrible. And I was always jealous of other girls, always, my whole life. Jealous of my brother, jealous of other girls all the time. Jealous of other women. Always thinking like some kind of like a default setting, you know. I've always had this default setting that I would always come back to. I mean, it was so intense, always. When we had Kenny, the Great Dane, and there are videos of me where before I started grooming and plucking my eyebrows were much wider, fanned out, more towards here, and then all over here also. And man, that looked bad. Okay, and I didn't do anything about it. I wasn't even. I thought it's tacky somehow to pluck those. I thought we're supposed to leave our eyebrows natural, and I also never thought that would make me prettier if I started plucking it. Now I know it does make me prettier, plucking my eyebrows. And then when plucking eyebrows became unpopular, that's when I really decided now it's my time to pluck eyebrows. Because I do everything against mainstream, against fashion, the fashion industry and so on. Whatever the fashion industry does, I will do the opposite. And then I think, oh yeah, this is good. This is nice, you know. I don't want to look like a jihadist anymore. Let me look like a trailer mama. Okay, from somewhere. Trailer mama from Reno or something. And then suddenly I thought, oh, this is good. This is sort of like, this goes against the trend. So let me do it. No, I look like a jihadist. I'm not kidding. People thought I was Turkish when I was 16. I switched schools. Fat Turkish brat. They thought that's what I was. I said, no, I don't recall having any Turkish in my family at all. But here's the thing. When I did the DNA test, turned out that I'm 0.5% Pacific Islander from the South Pacific Islands that have some Bantu mixed in with them from Africa. So, yeah, I can see that, clearly see that. I did some research on this also and made perfect sense. Those little girls from Pacific South Pacific Islands, they have the same shape eyes I have and when I was a little girl. But obviously I also have other stuff mixed in. So, I wonder if JonBenét Ramsey also has Pacific Islander in her. The same combination. So probably does. But she had blue eyes instead of dark brown eyes. I have dark brown with some dark green. Mixed colors. Patched. Mixed patches. Dark brown and dark green. Looks pretty neat. We always like lighter eye colors. I don't lie. I like lighter eye colors. Looks nice. Kenny, our former dog, had light blue eyes. Like the sky. Really, that looked amazing. And that albino horse out there has light blue eyes. Oh my goodness. When I first saw him, I said, now what's the deal with you? What is the deal with you? What is the deal with you? And I kept petting him gently, and he looked at me with these light blue eyes like this, like, oh, and he was real loving and kissing me all over. And I said, what's the deal with you? What's that going on with your eyes? They stick out kind of. They look kind of like, they look bedazzled. Oh, that is a nice horse, that albino horse. And I kept saying to him, you are amazing. I need to rescue you. You're not even being appreciated. I can see that. You are so amazing. You need to be worshipped and appreciated. And I don't know. They have a horse boarding. I don't know who is boarding that horse there. Like some kind of... They're kind of parking the horse there. As if the horse is a machine. Or a car. That's a living being. And he's all alone on that meadow. Luckily, he can see the other horses in the other meadows, but each horse is on a different meadow. They can barely touch their noses together. They need to be together. They should be together. Okay? Very important. All of these things, all of that's going through my brain all the time, and then always coming back to feeling sorry for myself, being lonely, and that I know. It's not the computer, okay. I know what inner voice that is. That inner voice is from my mother. I just realized it. That inner voice that. The computer only records that what I'm showing, the flower, that inner voice, that's not my own inner voice, okay? That inner voice is my mother. That's not my inner voice, that's my mother's troll energy that echoes through my trauma, through my ego. And it's my mother's troll energy that says to me, you're ugly, and you're unattractive, and you're undeserving of love, and it's your own fault. Everything's your own fault. You're a criminal. You're a slut. She didn't use these words, but that's the energy of it. She's too above those words. The ego is too above that. But the energy is the same. Same energy. You can't fake an energy. We are not looking down on anyone. If someone isn't good enough at the violin, we don't look down on them. The energy vibration is there though, all the way through. Angrily closes the door. I'm working. Why do you have to practice the violin right now? This doesn't sound good anyway. That's like, that's if you don't want your child to have any sense of self-esteem, self-worth, or getting good at a classical instrument or singing. That's the act out. Acting it out on the child. Battering the child into the ground. Shame. That is the human species neurosis. Shame. Shame about everything. Shame about being a biological organism that burps and farts, that craves food, that wants to comfort itself. All of this is being shamed, always, always, always. Then we have to be ashamed of the shame, of the shame, of the shame, of the shame. We have to suppress the shame, and suppress and suppress and suppress and suppress. The mirror in the mirror in the mirror in the mirror. Suppress it, suppress it, suppress it, and more and more and more, until it's a black hole, pressure cooker, condensed, ego energetic. Like a spring tension, that can pop up anytime. Like a geyser that can come up anytime. In all humans, it's just different subject between women and men. For women, they have been shamed by their mothers usually. They also have been raped, been shamed in that way. Double shamed. Well, the mother isn't even on your side because she actually is jealous that he took you, that he molested you, that he raped you. She only sees her own pain in this. She can't do any better. That's just how it is. It's all infinitely sad. You feel shamed by the perpetrator for not appreciating you as a living being with a brain, with artistic abilities, with intellectual abilities. You're being objectified. You're being used like a rubber doll. You're being tossed around through your life. And the pain that men have, I studied this in depth now on the internet. So that's how it was through the internet mainly that I really learned about most men worldwide, their shame, what their shame is. I'm talking about straight men, the shame, trauma of straight men. That's a real heavy pressure cooker. Is that unbelievable? Okay. So it doesn't come as a surprise that they lash out. Because they're constantly under pressure. So you think, they act friendly and all of that. That's just a facade. Right underneath the facade is the pressure cooker. Ultra tension, like a spring. One wrong look or wrong word or whatever, however they perceive it, they take everything personally. And then they will lash out. They'll hit someone. You think that just came out of nowhere. But that's because you didn't see their tension underneath. And I think most of them have that tension in them. The tension from childhood, that trauma, the voice, the ego echo of their father's voice that shamed them, that said you need to be a man, you need to be someone, you need to become someone, that told you lies about women. Jordan Peterson, perfect example, So I don't know if he's gonna keep going with that, or if he uses his own psychological suffering and the drug addiction now as an eye-opener. Open your eyes to the truth, what it actually is. This is trauma, You have trauma from the past. Don't project that or deflect that or zoom it onto someone else or act it out on someone else or insinuate something into other people because you don't really know them and because you're going by the echo of your dad's voice and society's voice and so on. All of that is bullshit, society. What your parents taught you and all of that. All of this has to go. That's the truth. That's what I'm saying here. That is the truth. It's neurotic, okay? It has to be recycled. has to be recycled into fertile earth soil. There are oils in there in this plant. I think I'm gonna make myself a skin cream with this. I have to dry these. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.